Beverly's hiding. She looks like
Yes.
what was that, Kilroy?
Yeah. Uh,
There she is.
was a guy on Tim Allen's show across the fence. I can't
Oh
remember.
yeah, yeah. What was his name? I can't
I can't
remember.
remember.
I didn't watch that show too often.
I've forgotten. Hi, Beverly. Seems like we have just saw each other.
Yes.
I said, wait till they see my jacket, they'll laugh.
Why would we laugh?
Well, you haven't seen it yet.
Hmm. See, you scared him away, Penny. Look.
I did. Yes, I did. Well, I know there's a few others I thought were coming.
Yeah, they usually come within 10 minutes or so.
Well, we all had to take a break and get lunch between the last one and this one.
And I'm just on my second cup of coffee.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's noon here.
I guess I could start these at 6 a.m. and then you all would be in
Well,
the morning.
but then it would collide with the one from this morning.
Yeah, yeah.
Are we showing town jackets?
Not yet. Jean's got to come back. And we're going to wait see if anybody else comes.
I was making a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I've got my coffee, second cup.
I got water.
Oh, good. I drink a lot of water. I have to have actually I drink a bottle of water first thing in the morning before I even have my coffee. And then I have a couple
Oh
of
no,
cups of
nothing
coffee.
comes before coffee unless I take my medicine.
Mhm.
I'm like you, it's water before coffee.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
And then
so
the rest of
that's
the day, I
coffee
drink
time.
nothing but coffee. Although during the winter time at night, I like green tea.
About this time of day, I go to either water or Diet Coke.
They change. I used to like drinking soda, but last summer when all this nonsense was really kind of peaking, I used to love Diet A&W root beer because it tasted like the old fashioned root beer. But then last summer they changed it to A&W Zero or something. Oh my gosh, it was awful. And that broke me of soda. Just like right then and there. One sip, boom, done.
I want Diet Coke, and I do drink the caffeine free. I kind of go back and forth. So
Yeah, so I don't drink soda anymore. And I'm kind of sad because I used to love that stuff, but I'd still only have it maybe a couple times a week, have a can. But
I used to have a Diet Coke in my hand at all times.
that was my husband, but he our daughter got him switched to Crystal Light Grape. Hi, Kim.
I will drink Crystal Light.
I don't like it. To me, it has an aftertaste. I know it's me. I have weird taste buds, I think, sometimes.
No, I agree with you. It does have an aftertaste.
Does it? Yeah. Gatorade too. He keeps trying to get me to try Gatorade. Yuck.
Did you ever drink Fresca?
Yeah,
Maybe
years and years and years ago, but that's like Tab.
No, it was like Fresca was a grapefruity.
Oh, and no, I didn't drink that. No.
Yeah.
And I love grapefruit, but I like to eat
No,
my
this
grapefruit.
was bad.
I love that. And it came back for a hot minute and then it left. That was the only Diet soda I liked.
You can still get it.
Oh, you can? Okay.
I saw it at Walmart.
Oh,
I'll have to look. Now you've made me curious.
My mom used to drink Tab when I was growing up. Ugh.
Yeah. I used to, when we were kids, you would get Diet Right also.
Oh yeah, that was actually good. And in Wisconsin, we got Old Dutch potato chips.
They took it right out of the RC and it ruined it. Or the Diet Right.
Well, see, that's the pizza purpose. When you have the potato chips with the diet soda, you might as well go with the real deal.
It negates it.
Right.
It was usually just during football games.
Be right back.
Doreen, you're hiding from us. And here comes Dara. Yay. Hey, Dara.
Hey.
Oh, she's got something new on her mannequin. On her dress.
Oh
board.
yeah, you missed that. It's a twin set that I made out of a Walmart bundle.
Oh, wow. I
But I made it-
love the color.
Yeah, I made it long and I used my regular t-shirt pattern that I made, only this time I changed it. I did I banded it with a split hem at the
Oh my gosh,
bottom.
that's beautiful. Oh, I love that fabric.
Well,
Is it- Is it knit or rayon or what is it?
it feels like maybe it's a bamboo knit.
Hmm.
Oh,
I lost a little bit of the surface when I washed it, just even pre-washing it. I can see that I'm already going to get like color loss and some fuzzies. So I will wash it inside out and be happy if I get 10 wears out of it.
You might do hand wash, you might get 11.
Don't they have color fast sheets like Rit Dye does? Don't they
Yeah.
have something? I wonder if
Yeah.
that would help you.
Well, there's those color catchers, but
Right, but I thought they had a color setter of some sort.
when I sewed it, I can see where the needle pierced, that I can see the white of the
Mm.
what they dyed from underneath. It's total junk. But I paid $2 for well, actually it was a 3-yard bundle, and those are usually $8. Whatever, it's fabulous. I will wear it until it falls apart, and then I will make something else and be happy with that too.
Yeah. Or you might try those dry L sheets. I love those. I've used those several times.
I
I
just
don't
turn
know.
everything inside out and put it in the wash.
Yeah.
That's my only version of doing something better.
It's really pretty.
Thank you.
You gonna wear black slacks with it or?
I had made a pair of black slacks last week that I thought I could wear with it, but they have like a cottony surface and the fabric it would just like when I walked, it was bunching up.
Mm.
So I'm making a pair out of one of those kind of athletic stretchy fabrics.
That'll go
And-
nicely.
They're almost done. I changed it so I got a center front zipper, and now I need just to figure out how to change my waistband pieces to make it work. I'm thinking I'm going to put like a little, see on athletic pants, like there's a solid square kind of at the beginning of the waistband, and then the elastic starts from there.
Mhm.
Because I don't need any elastic bunching in the center front. It's around the sides and the back that I need
Sure.
it to pull up
Mhm.
and be.
Mhm. That sounds like a perfect
Closer.
idea.
Yeah.
Y'all are so prolific in your sewing. I've got so much other stuff going on. I don't get any garment sewing done.
A little bit. A little.
Gosh,
It's getting tough.
I'm still working on that wall hanging for my husband. His new fire station opens up on Monday. They're supposed to get the keys. So after all the inspections and all that kind of stuff is done. So I have to have it done by Monday.
Mhm.
And I got it.
Grand opening.
I don't know if they're, that's a good idea. I'll have to ask him. I know that they've done it at other stations he's opened, but I don't know. They haven't said anything about this one. It would be a good idea.
Personal station or?
He works for a private company that does fire service. So he's a district chief. He's come up through the ranks. He started out in security and then went to dispatching and then went to firefighting and has worked his way up. Now he's district chief. Oh, Penny, you got some background noise.
My husband.
Oh, hi, husband. Okay, so little announcement before I forget. I had a meeting yesterday, all of us from Element 3 Health. we are going to be doing away with the Weebly website. So everything is being transitioned to the regular Element 3 Health website for registration. And then all of the social media stuff will be on Facebook. And I know that there's some pushback on Facebook, but we'd love to have you join us if you care to. I know a lot of people don't do Facebook, but if you want to follow along on all the social media stuff like I did on GroupWorks, we're going to be going to Facebook instead. And it's a private group, so it's not, everything's not open up to the whole wide world. And I know a lot of people too have pushback on the ads on Facebook, but I've been using a little free app that I downloaded years ago. I bet I downloaded this thing 6 or 7 years ago. It's called Ad Blocker, AD and then Blocker.
Yeah.
And that works so well for everything, emails and everything. There is a pro version. I have not purchased it. I've just found that the regular one works. And you can also what's called whitelisting. So if you want ads to come up, because some of the websites, this is pretty funny, but some of the websites where you want to purchase product, it will block that. And if you go to purchase it, it'll say, you have to whitelist us. So it somehow knows, you know how all this stuff works. So, but that works really well, I find. So that's my little spiel that I was told to tell. And you'll hear it again tomorrow if you join me.
And
So
when
you-
does it happen?
October 1st.
Mhm.
They're
I'm
just,
I'm
They're
not
gonna-
sure. Yeah.
Actually, I got a call from Element 3 yesterday asking me about some classes.
oh,
Because I take, take the sewing stuff, and I also take the exercise stuff.
mhm.
And they wanted my input. So we'll see what happens.
Good. Yeah, they've got a little committee of selected volunteers or selected members. So that's good. They must have seen your name a lot on the sewing stuff. So good.
I told
Marie-
them don't change a thing with the sewing stuff.
Oh. Doreen, you had a question?
I'm just not sure. So, maybe it needs to repeat it or something. I mean, is this group that we got going on right now going to continue on?
Mhm.
Okay, all right.
Now, see, when it all first started about a year ago, I guess, everybody was going in and registering through their website they had set up through Weebly, which is just a format or a platform. But they're doing away with that because there's way too much duplication. So, and they're trying to consolidate things. So as of 1 October, if you have registered through Weebly, your page will say blank. There'll be no tabs,
Oh.
no nothing, and you have to go to the Element 3
Okay, got
Health
it.
to register. Now, another
Okay.
thing too is on the registration. If you want to get reminders, you have to go in and RSVP when you get the emails and put it on your Google Calendar as a personal reminder. But for for reminders from Zoom, you have to RSVP. I don't know, you all seem to be,
Well, I mean, I have it on my Google Calendar, and
Yeah.
that just works fine. Yeah.
yeah. But not everybody uses Google. So Outlook calendar, Google Calendar, whatever
Okay.
works for you.
So I've been going through the same process is going to continue on then for me.
Sounds like,
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Same time, just different station, location?
mhm. None of that changes.
Okay.
All righty, so let's do jackets. Who's gonna be first?
I'll do one.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh,
yours is done already?
Mhm.
Oh, goodness.
wow. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
goodness. So is
Those-
that sewn on? Is it applique on?
It's applique on.
Okay, wow.
A friend of mine actually designed this, Sarah Kaplan, and she's deceased now. But when I took over her, she called me and she said, well, we're moving everything from Michigan to Florida, and you can have all the stuff in Florida. So
Wow.
me and we had 2 cars and a truck. Went to her place in Southside St. Pete and grabbed all her stuff that she didn't want. And the next week or the next month, she went down to back up to Michigan and loaded all the stuff to come back up down here. I think that was the expensive way to do things, but she gave me this, and this is the silk. This is raw silk,
Oh, lovely.
and I
Oh, the
didn't
jacket
like the
itself?
plainness of it, so I put this around the edge,
Could you hold it up
I
a
just-
little?
1-inch pieces, and sewed them together.
Oh, that is so pretty.
Oh,
And it's got purple pants to go with it.
I love that detailing around the edge. That really sets it off and ties everything together.
So I inherited the pattern.
That's beautiful.
yep.
Did you line it?
No, it's Florida.
That's right.
Yeah.
We never get to line things.
I thought maybe for ease of getting it on and off and just wearability.
No, I have a silky shirt that goes underneath it, so
Then you don't need it.
I don't have a problem with that. But as I say, it's Florida, and you know,
I have a piece of
I
raw
need to be
silk. I
able to
think,
wear it once or twice a year.
yeah, I have a piece of raw silk. That's a good idea for that. I think I've got 5 yards of it, so I could do something.
Mhm. Well, this pattern is called Flames, and if anybody wants a copy of it, I'll be glad to send it to you. Since she's passed on, that she's not there to fight you for copyright, even though her husband was a copyright attorney.
Who's next?
Well, as I said, when we first started, that I was working on mine before class, so I'll have to show mine next week.
I'll show you mine because it'll give you a check off.
It looks like suede.
No, it's cotton.
Oh, it looked, yeah.
Are you going to take it apart and make it smaller?
You think? I said when I started that I couldn't believe it would be that size. So yes, I'm going to try to resize it.
Yeah. Hopefully
Because
you've
I
got
think-
enough in the neck edge, depending on where you
Well, I
want that.
hope so. And if I need to move the pattern up a little bit, I could because it's plenty long. It comes down mid-thigh, so, and then has another band that goes on it, so.
Is that? Is that the light blue stuff? The light blue that's right where you got your hand on right there.
Yeah.
What kind of fabric is that?
It's all cotton.
Is it cotton flannel?
No,
Oh,
just
Oh,
plain
wow.
old Walmart cotton.
From
Well,
a
it's
distance, it
Holly,
looks like
I
suede.
think.
it
I
looks
think
like
it's-
it looks
the
like,
cotton
cotton flannel to me because I got fabric that looks just like that. But is it a stronger cotton?
No, that's why I put the,
Oh, got it. I didn't notice that. Sorry. Okay,
yeah.
okay, never mind.
So I knew when I was cutting it out, I thought, this is not gonna work. So we'll see what happens. Stay tuned.
None of us has ever had anything like that.
Oh, well, mine is, it's usually too small, so I was amazed that I actually made something that was way too big, but I knew when I cut it out that by the size, I thought, I just don't think this is gonna be right, but oh, well,
More work.
yep.
If you
So we'll
take your tape measure, you
Excuse
take your
me?
tape measure and measure the, you know, the bust area and the hip area, any particular area that you want to check. And if you measure from cut edge to cut edge, you cut off the seam, back off the seam allowances and pick it up and go, all the way around. And then if you take that tape measure and pull it around you, you'll know how big it is.
Well, I've done measured the actual bust. And it
No,
was,
no, it's not the measurements of your body. You're going to take the measurements of the garment and you're going to piece them using your tape measure as an adding machine.
oh, okay.
And so you're going to take the center front from the center front point to the side seam. And then you're going to pick that up, that point to the side, the back,
Yeah,
and across the back and across the front. And that will give you the net measurement of the garment. And
oh,
you can
okay.
take that tape measure and pull it around you and you can see how big it is. And if it's going to be too big, you could have saved yourself that trouble.
Well, my hard part is gonna be that back has that big pleat down the back. So I'm gonna have to, in redesigning it, recutting it, figure out what to do there. But I'll figure it out. I've done enough sewing. I know how to do all that.
Now, did I come across clear as mud or did you
Yes,
understand?
no, I understand what you're talking about. Yeah.
So did the pattern
For you,
have
I-
finished garment measurements on it?
And let things,
No, it actually just gave you the back length measurement and it gave you the body measurements.
And it wasn't printed on the pattern. Sometimes they don't put it on the back anymore of the envelope. They put it on the pattern itself.
Well, let me look.
Not that it's always accurate. I have found some inaccuracies on those anyway.
it
I
on
still
your-
measure.
When
Is it
it's
on
a
your
safety
file?
pockets pattern, it's not a big 4. So
Correct.
it's, how the independent patterns, they put what they want.
Yeah.
No, there are no actual garment measurements other than the back length. So, like I said, it's been years since I've actually sewn a garment, really. So it's a relearning experience,
Sure.
but I'm sure I'll be able to pick it up. So that's all I got to say about that.
no, but I mean, I've been doing this tape measure using it as an adding machine. And sometimes it goes right over top of people's heads. So I wanted to know, did it go over your head or through your ears?
No, I think it went through my ears.
Good. Okay. That made me feel good.
Yeah.
Who's next?
I'm still trying to pick out another pattern for another jacket. And I don't have what I want, so I don't know what to do. So I keep picking stuff up and putting it down.
Who's that? Oh, I want to thank Beverly for her input last week when you told me about that sleeve cap on the dress, on the blouse I was making. It was great. I cut 1/4 inch off the top of the sleeve cap. It needs buttons and buttonholes, but anyway, my sleeves look pretty good.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah, it's a nice pattern. I like it. It's good for me, and I've made it before without trouble. But this was it's like that linen-y cotton stuff, and it was just too much stuff in the sleeve cap. And my inclination was take some off, but I thought, oh, maybe that's not right. But anyway, you encouraged me, Beverly, to do it, and I did, and it really came out pretty good. Anyway, so I'm not in the middle of making a jacket, but when we were showing them last week, I thought about the jacket I probably spent the most amount of time on ever, but it was down in the storage locker. Well, now that I'm bringing out seasonal clothes, I brought it up. So it's, I had to make my own chenille for this. Can you?
Oh, that's beautiful.
So
Yeah.
can you do me for the full
Fine.
screen?
Yeah, I'm trying here.
That
Oh.
is pretty. Ooh, I like that.
It was,
That is, it's a lot of work on that.
I can't remember whose pattern it was, but they had 2. One of them was, oops, I'm down in a corner.
Yeah, hold on.
They had one that was kind of a seaside like this, another one that was woodland. And I really liked it. But anyway, I had to make my own, I can't remember.
Oh, That's
better.
so pretty.
Nice.
How many
Yeah.
layers of fabric?
Yeah.
I think there were about 7, 6 or 7.
Wow.
And then
Yeah.
That's a
Start
lot.
with the white base and then layer the chenille to
Do
make
you-
the chenille and then applique.
what do you call it? Ognabor or Oxum? Anyways, this stuff.
Osnaburg.
Thanks.
Mhm.
That's what it is. But it's really by itself pretty thin. So the sleeves are lined, the whole thing's lined. And in fact, it's a little heavy. But anyway, it's just layers and layers and layers and layers of this stuff, which is very thin. And then when you finish with as many layers as you want to do, then you put the colored ones on top of it. Okay. And then you chenille the whole thing, which you probably have done, right? You just lots of straight stitching, which is kind of boring, but anyway, lots of straight stitching. And then this is appliqued on top, you know? And
Gorgeous.
yeah,
It
it
is gorgeous.
took me a long time to do it. And of course, how
Yeah.
often I'm going to wear it in Phoenix, I don't know. And honestly, it's a little bit big for me now. So I don't, I don't know. So we'll see. But anyway, it reminds me of yours, Ramona, that you made in a size 6 and can never wear, but the workmanship in it is fantastic. So it may be one of those that I just hang it up and look at it. But, we actually are going back to Buffalo. So for a trip to visit my daughter. So maybe I can wear it there,
Yeah, that'd be,
next week. We actually, I had a hard time getting on. I tried getting on through my calendar. It didn't work. So anyway, I fiddled around. Finally, glad I got on with you. But I didn't want to waste any time this morning to be with everybody because this is the first time in a year and a half that my ASG neighborhood group will meet in person. So I thought, oh, well, I didn't want to give up this class either. So I'm trying to squeeze
Which-
both in.
which group is meeting?
It's the one, I think it's called Northeast Phoenix. Although it's not in the Northeast because she has it in her home now and she's in Cave Creek. So it's a ways to drive out too.
Because I'm doing the website now, so I need to get updated on all that.
Oh, I'll tell her.
Okay,
Hey, Newburgh, yeah. And it's
okay.
yeah. So I said to her, well, I want to do the project. They're making a table runner, Thanksgiving table runner. It's really cute. Made me think of it, Ramona, when you wrote in I always want to call it my group works, that your mother likes seasonal placemats and table runners. It's a cute one if anybody wants the pattern. So anyway, so.
Yeah, I cleaned up the website a lot. I spent 9 hours on it last Saturday and
Oh, my.
basically got it all cleaned up and reorganized and reformatted. And so now I need to get current information on everybody. I'm hoping to get all that done before the end of the year so that after the first of the year, all it is maintenance.
Yeah, that's good. I still can't figure out why I had a hard time getting on this morning. I tried to go through my calendar. It didn't work. It says waiting for the host to start the meeting. Well, I knew darn well you were on. So anyway, I have no idea how I went through Elements 3 Health.
Yeah, that's what I went through Element 3 and that's how I got on real quick.
Yeah, but I had to sign in all over again and go and register as though I wasn't registered and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, my
So-
information was all there when I went in. It was just.
No, mine, I clicked on my events and it wasn't there. Anyway, that's my issue. So
Okay,
waste your time, but
no, that's all right.
Now, as of October 1st, Jean, I told everybody else, but if you originally registered through Weebly, which was the format that started all of this, they're consolidating things. So it's not so much administrative work for everybody. And everything's going to be done through Element 3 Health clubs.
I don't
So,
even, Weebly is. I've never even heard
Yeah,
that
Okay.
I
word.
don't have it either.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you may
so-
not have known that it was a Weebly website. So,
Oh. That could be like, I think what I have to do is go in and re-register all over again.
probably. Mhm.
Okay. Anyway, I'm glad I got you.
We're glad you're here.
Well, I have just gone through from bringing up from downstairs up the last of my winter fabric that I was putting on bolts. And so luckily I have on my table, my kitchen table, I had the last bunch of heavier fabric that I could possibly make for a jacket. So I looked at a few of them. So out of just kind of thinking, so this very easy one here, because that would be easier for working with a fabric, you know, that's a little heavier. It would be easy because there's not many seams. Okay, so working with whatever, one of the colors. I just saw, so I'm just looking at this, maybe, I don't know. Or maybe another pattern, but I can't even tell you how many yards. I don't know where I got this at, but it's corduroy and it's a thicker kind of a corduroy. So it would be a good corduroy to use if I want to use it.
Is it wide wale?
Yeah. It's just thicker. So you can kind of-
Beautiful color.
Well, I
Yeah.
looked at it and I went, I can't even tell you how many yards I have of this. It's just a huge, and it's all real wide. So I've got plenty of it if I want to use it. So I'm almost thinking just because I've got it, why not? Okay, hang on. I got between this one, which I do like the color. It's perfect for right now. And then I've got this guy here, which I have a ton of this also. This is just it's not real heavy.
Oh, it's stretch.
One way, just a one-way stretch. There's not much stretch. There's just this one-way stretch. But I've got this and this. I've also gotten a ton of fabric of this. I can't even tell you how many yards I have. So this would be more like what Dara, what you and I were talking about, just something, some kind of whatever with, I shouldn't shake it all up. So that's the last two that I can see that I have enough fabric of.
That first one, that corduroy, to me, that is such a beautiful color. It's just so much more appealing.
It looks more like a coat to me too, or a jacket than the other one.
Yeah.
first- Yeah, the corduroy.
I don't know if I have enough of it, but here's another, my last one.
Ooh, nice. That's also nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What is it?
The
The wool?
What is it? Well, it's a woven, definitely a woven. There's, nothing, no stretch at all. So it's nothing knitish.
Right.
I would say it's a, gal.
Not wool?
No, absolutely not.
Could be an acrylic.
How much fabric do you have to use for that jacket?
Yeah, it looked like,
Yeah, because you have to match the flag
Okay.
for that.
So 2 1/4, 2 1/4. Yeah, 2 1/4.
of what width?
2 1/4 of the 60-inch.
Yeah,
When that's a really small repeat to deal with, so it wouldn't be so hard. It's not like you need a ton of extra fabric to match that kind of repeat. You just barely need
yeah,
any
that's-
extra.
That's true. There's not a big. So so then I'm between either this guy. Okay. Oh, do I have even 2 1/4? This is just a sloppy one.
Doesn't
No.
I
matter.
barely have 2. So what I can do is, which might easily happen. These guys, as you can see, it's a fairly long jacket.
mhm.
I could up it,
Mhm.
if I want to use this. But the thing is, using that on the collar, I don't know what this would you have a collar. Okay. I guess it's no big deal.
No,
It's nice.
It's nice, but it looks like you're gonna need some extra for matching those plaids or blocks or whatever.
Well,
Right.
what
Looks big to me.
But Dara just kind of I think it was Dara that just mentioned that it's for repeat, it's not, you don't have, for matching up, there's really just the side seams.
You're right, your center front, your side, and you'd probably want to do the
Sleeves.
level of your sleeve at the same.
Yeah, yeah. But that's it. So, but I mean, I realize, Jean, what
It'll be interesting if you try and lay it out, if you can even get it out of there, then that'll make your decision for sure, if you can't get it out of the pieces.
Yep, because it's not gonna take long to put it down. There's like 3 pieces to this thing.
And
Yeah.
I think it depends on whether you're going to use it as an overcoat or a jacket with slacks or something like that.
What size do you wear?
What size?
Yes.
Probably medium or large, all depending on. I mean,
You?
I'm multiple sizes.
You're little.
No,
Yeah.
I'm looking at you and I'm thinking you're short and you're
No,
and you're
but
petite.
what you're not, I mean, I say this all the time, but it makes a difference on things is, it's this area right through here.
Yeah, me too. That's mine. But still,
It's because I mean, but I'm a little different shaped. Our family other than the average size, the average doesn't have such a high, I mean, I just have a very boxy higher. But all that means is that I bring things up, widen it just right through here. I bring
Right.
out, otherwise, yeah. So I just bring that out. So outside of that, yeah, I'm not real big.
but that's exactly what I have to deal with. The difference between my hips and my upper body is at least 2 sizes. So I
Well,
would they fit
I
your
mean,
upper body.
for the model, I mean, I'm not a model, but for the model size has this and this in line. And so I've got I'm a little bit more, what would you call, I don't know what shape would be that, where just this area here is a little bit bigger. And then you have this that doesn't meet up. It's a little bit smaller. But I'm just saying my shape. So, but my size gets to
You look-
be, well,
you look-
because I'm very long through here, but that's just adding. So, but no, I mean, the width of here, there's not that much width through the arms. And my back is a very small back. So.
What size?
So you're going to make a smaller size at the top and then grade it out wider as you get to your waist and your hips.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Exactly.
You look like an 8 or 10 on the, you know.
Well,
look very-
that's what it is. I mean, I thank God I was in 10, 15 years ago when I just started with ASG, there was a different group that I belonged to. And there was a couple of ladies that were fitters. They could fit. And so I ended up by just having a little session and we kind of analyzed my body shape and they all figured it out. And so after that, I've been able to work every pattern out to me. I saw some things that they saw in my back, like I got square shoulders. I didn't recognize that. Just, just my body type. And so it helps me now. It helps me now to figure things out. So it's really just a matter of like one of the last ideas is, do I want this as just to wear sweaters or something underneath it? Or do I want to have it more closely to my body? That's what's going to be the difference. And this one I hope it's lined. I hope, because yay. Yay. Well, they only have there's lining. Crap, not much of it. They say half a yard of lining. Well, that's not the whole thing.
Sleeves, maybe.
Yeah, it's got to be lined. I don't want it unlined. But I can make, okay, so it gets
Well,
to be,
I vote that you do the corduroy for fall as a full over jacket, the tan as a spring jacket, and the plaid for more like a blazer, not a blazer, but
a closer fitting.
yeah,
Yep.
that's my vote.
I second that.
Yeah.
3 jackets. There you go. That's what you get for showing us 3 fabrics.
Done. Thank you, guys. I do appreciate that. I need a little bit of, it's nice to have everybody here to bounce these off of. Okay, so, God, this is gonna be so great to get this stuff off my shelf. Then I can buy more fabric.
Oh, darn.
I'm ready. Well,
You know, some,
Have you
Some
ever
are-
had your colors done?
me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a Springs.
Oh, good. That copper will look good on you.
The which
Better
one?
than the black and white.
Yeah, this won't be any. Well,
Yeah.
that's also true. If I didn't do this as a jacket, I don't know, this has been sitting on my shelf for like years. So I don't know what else, because it's very stiff. It's meant as a jacket, so I don't know what else I would do with it.
Mhm.
You know, I think I have to.
I think I would gravitate toward that rust because I'm fall coloring and there are only 15% of the population with a fall coloring. So it's very hard for me to get colors, that I like. And,
Yeah, for
good,
fall,
and-
if you're fall, I've got one sister out of 5 of us that are fall. So we got,
Yeah.
I tend to hit, I can be a fall very easily.
Mhm.
But yeah, this color is gonna be, yep. Okay, I mean, I can't tell you how many yards I have of this. Oh, God. So I'll have plenty of that. Okay. Whew, that was
You
heavy.
can make that as long as you want. It looks like the pattern looks like it comes down to mid calf.
Yeah, it comes
You
down.
could make it, and especially if you're up in Minnesota, you
Yep.
could use, come January, that would be very, very comfortable.
Oh, so are you not joking? Are you thinking I should have it a little longer?
No, no, I was thinking you were trying to make it shorter because of the black and white, but the copper would look beautiful in that.
But for the copper, since I have that much fabric,
you should make it longer.
And I would add maybe the fur is in, faux fur. You could
What,
even
what?
do, you could
Start
even
over?
do
Oh, yeah, faux fur collar.
faux fur collar and cuffs or something like that, and you can make
For-
them detachable for the copper.
Yeah.
wait, for the copper, you're saying I should do a faux fur?
Faux fur collar and cuffs.
Cuffs.
Would there be a color in faux fur for this?
Oh, heavens. Oh,
No, I
there's-
would do with
you
the-
could do
There's
a,
a ton these
yeah,
days.
Fox. It looks like fox with just tipped ends of that color. Yeah, how tall are you, Doreen?
I am like 5'5".
Oh, okay, taller than I thought. Somehow looking at you, I thought you were shorter.
I think I am a little bit shorter than that. I just am not willing to admit to it.
Oh,
I just was at the doctor's office a couple times in the last like month or two, and they started to go, "Oh, you're 5'4.5", and I go, "Heck no, I've been 5'6". No, you're not.
oh, yeah.
Measure
Yeah,
me again. So yeah, okay, 5'4". Yeah.
Same with me. I've lost almost 3 inches and I'm right on target. They say you lose an inch a decade after 50. So I'm right on,
Oh,
Oh.
right. I was 5'8 3/4 my whole life. Now I really stretch to get to be
I'll be a
about,
munchkin
how
pretty
in the
soon.
world do you shrink in length?
oh, yeah,
It's just part of nature.
it's your spinal column. Your
Everything's compacts.
yes.
Mhm. As you get older.
Well, I mean, everything. I mean, even the soles of your feet flatten out. You lose the fat pads on your feet. Like,
Right. Right.
The guy that I worked with said the same thing. He said, you actually, as you get older, your feet actually get longer. Because I'm no longer a size 9. I'm almost always a size 9.5.
Right. Right.
So that's
Bummer.
weird.
My daughter-in-law teaches art. Well, actually, she teaches life drawing at a community college. She's head of the art
Oh.
department. She told me there are 2 parts of our bodies that continue to grow as we get bigger, and that's our nose and our ears because of the cartilage. And I thought, bummer. So I'm getting shorter. My feet are getting bigger. My nose and ears are getting bigger.
That
Great.
makes perfect sense.
I think you notice the ears and the nose more on men than you do on women.
Do you know what? My husband
yes.
that there are so many people that have taken selfies like this and it distorts their nose and they've gone in to have nose surgery done
Oh,
because
good Lord.
right. And my hairdresser was telling me this last week that people don't like the way they look on Zoom calls, so they've gone in for surgery.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd rather sew.
just throw on some makeup.
Yeah,
I think, I don't know if anybody was seeing this one, had their eyes on that guy?
Let me spotlight you.
Did anyone? I thought somebody else or somebody was looking at this with me.
Come on.
Wait a second.
It's not letting me spotlight you.
Wasn't me.
Okay, there we go.
No, there. So anybody, I mean, I kind of was looking at this one because I thought it was kind of cool. I mean, it could be jackets / cardigans.
Or a vest, right?
Mhm.
I don't do vests, but I mean, still, I think that one, some kind of a cardigan I would. That's what I'm thinking I might do at this time while we're into jackets. I don't know. What are we thinking? Anybody thinking yes or no?
Would you make that out of a knit?
I've seen people make that one before in my
Yeah.
ASG group. I've seen it and it's cute, made up. It looks exactly like you think it's gonna look. There's nothing funky about it.
So really, it's really not that much. It's
Not
kind
very-
of,
Yeah, not very complicated, easy to make is what people say. So
it might be a
I
little
just
bit.
don't have
blah.
that pattern, but it does. I mean, when we were talking about using a stable knit, that would be perfect for that.
It looks like it's got shoulder pads, does it?
Well, then this knit right here might do it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that might be a stable knit for it.
Mm.
Yeah, something like this. Okay, but first things first, I'll try and get this jacket thing done. Okay,
You know, last week somebody was saying they wanted to buy some knits. And I got an email from Fabric Mart. They
Yeah.
were talking about the kind of knits that person was talking about. Now, was that in this class or the Wednesday class? I don't remember.
not me.
Okay, because somebody was looking for knits and Fabric Mark had a great selection and sale.
Hmm.
They do. They've got there's for knits, it's a Charlie Girl also has a huge selection of knits for anyone who cares. I tend to go on.
Charlie
Anyway.
Girl online site?
What?
Charlie Girl is an online site?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Because I have purchased from there a couple of different times.
Okay.
I mean, I have liked them. We were talking about that previously today. You get a lot of knits. I don't know. I would love to know where the higher quality knits online. Wonder where that would be.
Are you saying
Vogue Fabric, Vogue Fabric.
Charlie girl?
Somebody said Charlie Girl. I'm gonna check
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie, okay.
Yeah.
Vogue
Yeah.
Fabric.
There's so many places to buy knits. I buy from Surge, Surge. They
Oh.
have some good quality. Buy a lot from Fabric Mart.
Yes, you.
But as far as the higher quality knits, like you want the really good stuff, then you need to go to like Emma, what's her name? Can't think of her name.
Stock.
Emma Seabrook or?
Yeah, she sometimes has some good stuff. And the Tilton one, I can't think of her name.
Oh,
yeah.
Marcy.
Marcy.
Yeah, she has absolutely beautiful, high quality knits.
Oh,
Yep.
When you look at her website, she's got them priced by the half yard. So the prices are atrocious.
yeah.
okay. So we got Surge and Marcy Tilton are the probably the best ones.
Yeah. I mean, this stuff is just beautiful. A lot of it's imported, but outrageous.
Yeah.
Outrageous prices.
Prices?
Not my kind of shopping prices
Yeah.
for fabric.
Mine
Are
either.
you talking $20-some a yard or something?
Oh, yeah, that wouldn't be unheard of there because she's selling them for like $12 a half yard. She's got
Oh.
everything priced by the half yard.
Well, you got to be able to know that whatever pattern if works,
Yeah.
and then you can
And
try.
there's another one, I have to think of it. There's one that I haven't purchased from them yet, but I see lots of good things about them. And now it's like blank in my head. I can't think of who
Okay.
it is.
You'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually. Okay. Well, it certainly isn't Walmart.
Although I
Yeah.
do get good quality things there on occasion.
On,
It's so hit or
it's
miss.
amazing.
You know, our Joanne Fabric ETC was just remodeled and they have many more. Before they had just quilt cottons mostly, very few good
Okay.
garment fabrics, but they have some really nice garment fabrics now.
Now, I just went to the one over here on the west side last week. Number one, the staff was incredibly helpful and friendly. I couldn't believe it.
You're talking about Joanne's.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to write corporate and say, did you change your policy? I couldn't believe it. Extremely helpful. And so, Jean, which Joanne do you?
Desert Ridge is 5 miles north for me, but it's
Okay.
they revamped the whole store and they have big classroom areas now and sales.
Wow.
And my biggest complaint with them is they send out these wonderful coupons, 50, 60% on regular price merchandise. Well, when those can be used, you will not find regular price
I
merchandise.
know, almost
mar-
nothing.
So you can't use it. But I will tell you, they have many more nice garment fabrics than they did before. So, and
Oh.
I just got a nice knit there the other day for a
What
shirt.
state are you in?
Arizona.
Oh, okay, okay,
Right, right.
Yeah.
all right.
I
No
think
worries.
that's not the one I'm wearing too. Which is kind of a pretty design, I think.
Hold on, let me spotlight you. Ooh, that is
Is
pretty.
that out of the gallery?
Yeah, I have no idea. I can't remember, but I think I got
Okay.
it.
That's so
Joanne.
pretty.
Yeah, I got it at Joann's. So,
Wow, I wish the one that they built for me that's like when the mall started up over here about 15 years ago. It's an ETC, it really is a nicer one. But they don't have, I don't know if they have anyone in there that is over and above $10, 90 cents, checking you out. And they just don't know anything else. They just don't know.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
that's
think-
the case here. They don't know anything. I was in line one day and the woman was buying some fabric for a prom dress. And the woman was telling her stuff that was so wrong, I just had to butt in. Because I said, "Look, no. You can't use this fabric for
I'm,
a prom dress because it will not sew at all.
That might be a good
But some
community service project for ASG. Once a month, Saturday, have a few people from ASG go in and be, what would we call it?
Okay,
Well-
I'm gonna interrupt you a second. I've got a plan that I want to implement that I've been thinking about just the last week or so. To go around on whatever, someday of the week that they say have more people around and have a little tag that says volunteer. And you could even wear something from Joann's that you have made. Say pattern number, blah, 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 and then just walk around and talk to people.
That's
know,
what
that-
I was gonna suggest, yeah.
I do that all the time. I pick up more jobs to do sewing projects for, but at the same time. I mean,
Right.
I've had people, I've gone in there and I've shown them, said, well, why don't you try this, this, and this? And the gal turned around and says, well, why don't you make it for me? I says, I can. I was
just
in
think it
the,
would be
in the,
good.
in the home deck department and the lady was looking for something to make a dust ruffle. And I said to her, I says, well, you'd be better off to get a little bit extra fabric so you can railroad it and you'd have no seams in it all the way around. And she turned around and says, how would you like to make that for me? I did.
Yeah.
And Joann's is very notorious for cutting short on yardage.
Yes, yeah, I watch.
Yes, she orders a special order stuff. I mean, I had ordered 20 yards of material to recover my sofa and recover my chairs. And they remeasured it when I went back and both of them were 5 yards short.
5. Oh my
I-
gosh.
Oh my-
5 of 20 yards, of short. And I said, when people special order stuff, I says, make sure you have them measure it before they give it to you.
Okay. yeah,
this
I
is
had
an
things that are 2 or 3 yards short. I mean, I even had a store manager saying that I measured it, 4 inches short. He measured the same thing, a half a yard short. And so he reordered it for me. And, but I say it was a nightmare. I mean, because they are notoriously for having it short.
But
I
5
have
yards
been-
is a lot. I mean, if you're 5 yards short, you're just not gonna make what you plan to. That's just
Oh,
ridiculous.
no.
No, I mean, I bought it for my sofa and my chairs, so I
Right.
probably had enough. I have enough left over, but I had ordered 5 yards and I wanted 5 yards. I
Right.
wanted 20 yards and they only gave me 15.
And they probably charged you for the 20.
Oh, yes, they did.
Oh, yeah.
I went back with the receipt in my hand and asked her to measure it for me. I says, I have not cut this at all. And she measured it. It was 15 yards.
Since I have been doing that project that I have of going downstairs, getting all my fabric and putting it on into a bolt, I'm also measuring everything because I want to put on all my, like I put it back into a bolt, you know, like this, and then put, you know, so I can see I put a little sticker on everything so I can see what yardage they are. I have had more fabric that isn't from any other place outside. I know it's from Joann's. And I put on there what I asked for. And then I'm now measuring them out and I'm going, what is going on here? I've been short a lot. I mean, many inches. So I'm like,
That's interesting because I've never had that problem, even doing
Yeah.
special orders.
I just have noticed it because of doing this. I'm going, wow, that's not 2.5. That's like 2 1/4. But it's nice to know because, but it ticked me off.
No, I mean, when I was making the dust ruffle for the gal, I measured it and I called her and I said, there's only 7 yards here. And I told her to get 9 and she paid for 9. And I
Well,
said, I
it's
can
not
make
all
it,
the, it's not every single
and make it
time.
work. But I said, you know, you paid for it. And she says, well, I paid for it. I want it done right. So she took it back and got it reordered. But, you know, if you don't measure them, then at least
Yeah.
if I get special order things, I have them measure them right in the store before I take them. Because
Yeah.
to say,
And
another
it's not
friend.
gonna be
on
every
Valentine's
single
Day-
time. Not every
No.
single time it's gonna be. I'm sure there's some times when they're very good, but I think it's better
Well,
to
they
do
don't know
that.
how to measure.
You know, I think,
Does not know how to measure. Anytime somebody measures from the salvage, I'm aghast because my mother worked in a department store, high-end fabric department. You never measured from the salvage. The woman looked at me. I said, forget it. I'm not even going to buy it. Because you don't, because that's not true yardage. I
right,
mean, my Joann's people, they don't have a clue.
no,
They don't have a clue.
you know, I think it was the Wednesday group that we were talking about Threads magazine, and I came across a fabric source. It's called sovintagely.com. I had never heard of it before, and I looked it up, and they pride themselves on natural fiber fabrics that don't have a lot of chemicals and all this sort of stuff. But what I was fascinated with is they said, you've heard of a baker's dozen? Well, they have a stitcher's dozen. And what that really means loosely is they give you more fabric than you ordered. So,
Okay.
right. How much more? I don't know. I've never used them, but I like that idea. They're generous in their cutting.
But you know, I remember when I was a kid and Sears used to sell fabric and they had that little gadget thing that they ran into through,
Yeah.
but they always folded over about 2 or 3 inches before they even started measuring it because they knew the end was probably not even. But Joann's, they, like you said, they go right from ruler to ruler.
I
And
always wanted to play with one of those.
yeah.
Yeah, let me
Played with one for years at a fabric store where I worked every day.
Let me ask you what you do with cotton. Do you tear it or cut it? And the reason I ask is that when they cut it, it's usually not on the grain. And so if you come home and you try to find the grain line, you may have a lot less. So I actually, even though it can make a really raggedy, ratty edge, I feel like I do better that way. So one time I asked them to tear it and she said, I won't. And I said, I'm asking you to tear it. I'm the customer. she said, no, I cut it. And I said, keep it. I don't want it then. So I'm curious, has anybody else ever done that?
They
But you
won't,
know,
at Joann's, they will not, they won't, they, like you just said, they won't tear it because they said people have complained thinking it's bad to tear it. And I'm going,
Well, and
no,
I
I
can
want it torn.
well, they
I-
don't
yeah.
know.
that because it does make it ratty and edge looking, but I've had this much, if I have them cut it, you can lose that much on the end, because it's not cut straight. It looks straight, but it's not on grain. So, I can see they don't want to do it for everybody, why some people wouldn't want it, but I'm asking them to do it. I'm the customer.
And
So-
a lot of that has to do with how it's manufactured and put on the bolt. Because if
Right.
you've ever watched how it's spun on the bolt, it's no
Right.
wonder it's stretched. I always just order a quarter of a yard extra. I know I'm paying for it, but to me, that alleviates all of that.
Well, and knits are the same, of course. Many of the knits are done on a tube thing like this. And so they're never going to lay just straight. And that's,
Right.
when you buy something in the store, many times the leg turns in, twists in so that the seam is not where it's supposed to
Yeah.
be.
So that's really not the fault of the person cutting the fabric or the store that has that. It's more the fault of the manufacturer.
But you can justify that if you tear it though, because it will go more on a grain line. You do lose some, you'll lose probably, you don't lose more than about an inch though that way, right? Because
Sometimes more. It just depends. That's why I just have always quarter yard extra and I pay
Yeah.
for it.
yeah.
Yeah, better to be safe than sorry. I know some of the higher ended quilting shops here, they tear the fabric. They don't cut it, they tear it. So,
Yeah.
but see, they know what they're doing because, most of those shops, the people know about fabric. But I would say most of the people in Joann's, they don't even know how to sew.
They don't.
And my Joann's here is becoming more and more of a craft store than fabric.
Well,
You know,
ours used to be, and that's why some people used to refer to it as Joann Fabric and Craft. But actually, I was very impressed with the new redo that they just did. It really, take a look there, Ramona. I think you'd be pleased. It really is.
Yeah, I'll
quite-
have to run up there because the one I did get an email from Joann's last weekend and
Right.
it did say, look at our new stuff. And so I had to go out anyway. So I just stopped by there really quick. And the first thing I noticed was the friendly staff. And I
Right.
didn't really get a chance to peruse throughout the store, but I'll do that. But it didn't have all the fancy signs and stuff. So maybe
Right.
they just haven't gotten to that store yet in doing
Right.
all of that.
I had to relearn it because they moved things. So if you want to get thread, well, you got to really find where they put it. But still, I think it's good. And what you said, I think it was in the Wednesday class last time, that we all noticed that fabrics overall are going up in price. And you commented about how much it costs for those big containers to be shipped from other countries. And that made sense. But I noticed that all over. And then, of course, with this revamping of this Joann store, I wondered how much of it was to pay for their remodeling, but I haven't,
Yeah.
price has gone up. Though
Yeah,
it is.
and I'm going to go to some business publications and I'm going to see if I can find out if they've maybe changed CEOs or what's going on because I haven't heard anything lately on any of that. So I'll do a little research to see what I can find out.
Yeah, yeah.
I would be curious to know what is going on with Joann's.
Yeah. Well, I was very, very, very impressed. I did have one a lot closer, but it wasn't an ETC store and eventually they closed. So I have to go a little bit farther, but it's worth it. There is a Hobby Lobby right around the corner from me and it's huge.
Do they have
And-
fabric there, Jean?
Oh, yes, a lot. But I say a lot, not like Joann's, but often what I'm looking for, they don't have. So they do have some home deck fabric. They have, some, and they have the things like the regular threads, batting, whatever, but they tend to carry, I think it's Sewology, must be their brand or something. So they, like threads, they do have a few patterns. They do have a few notions and that sort of
What
thing.
is Sewology? I have heard that before. Where is that coming from?
It's their
I don't-
house brand.
Huh?
It's Hobby
It's-
Lobby's house brand
Brand.
of notions.
Right. And I just got some buttons there the other day. And so it's like a couple of blocks from me max. And so that's really good. So the other day when I wanted buttons for this blouse I made, I just went around there. Lots of times when you go in looking for a specific thing, you're not going to find it because it's,
Yeah.
but the store is huge, really, and it's very good for yarn for anybody that knits or crochets. There's a lot of good stuff there. I got to say goodbye to everybody so I can go to that neighborhood meeting, but I'm glad I got to see everybody, and
Hi.
Tell everybody hi.
I will. I'm looking forward to seeing them. They do an interesting thing. The person who hosts it prepares greens, for a salad, and then everybody brings something to put in it.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's neat.
So it's, it's not a lot of work for anybody. The biggest work is setting up. They want to know how many people are going to come because they do come to sew. So it's all that set up. So anyway, they have to do that. But anyway, we'll see everybody next week.
Okay,
Bye.
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 I'm gonna have to
Well,
go too,
I-
because
I
I get ready
just-
for a doctor's.
Okay, I just looked in Surge Fabric Shop. That has some different stuff, and the nice thing is I'm looking at the prices. I'm voting for Surge Fabric because they've got everything from $8 a yard, and up. And there's a lot of them that are at $8 a yard. So
Mhm.
this is a good spot. Very, very.
I find
happy.
that they often have, if you want to make yourself a hoodie or sweatshirt, it
Yeah.
would be great to have like color match the fabric and the ribbing. They often have things
Yeah.
together. that
Yeah, they
then you
do.
can,
They have
Yeah.
it right here. Yeah, they've got
yeah, so you
got
can
that.
plan a project without having to,
figure everything out.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, they really do color coordinate things a lot. Very, very
Mhm.
nice. That's a good job on the website. Good
Where
job.
are they located?
I'm fine. I'm going to the top here.
I have no
Where-
idea. I think they're only online. I don't think there's any brick and mortar.
I was just curious where they ship from
I'm trying to find a contact me and I don't see a contact.
or about us.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to find something. Yeah, Clarence Notions fabric. So far, nothing.
I'll
Yeah.
check it out.
Yeah, it's worth. Boy, they really aren't showing where they're coming from. Something on the, oh, hang on the bottom should be, here we go. Contact us. Come on. That's not helpful. Yeah. So far, okay, about us. About, Lebanon, Missouri.
Oh, middle of the country, so ship
Yeah,
everywhere.
wherever that gets to be, it's in Lebanon.
And it's just
Yeah.
called Surge Fabrics.
Yeah, this is one that Dara just mentioned, SURGE Fabric Shop. And let's see, so that, it's just nice to find others that are of a good quality and they have a fair amount of different prices.
Well, I haven't gotten any closer to picking out another Jadica pattern. I got.
Oh, where are you
I
at?
threw a handful and no idea.
Okay, which ones are you, hang on, give me,
This I'm leaning towards this one. This is a old pattern. I probably had it 15 years. It's a
Okay, you
mode.
gotta-
don't even think
I
you
mean,
can buy
I've got
these in
only,
America
like-
anymore.
I can't see because there's what light was, no, go back again. Okay,
But you have to add seam allowance to this. My least favorite thing in the world to do. To
to add.
well, because like there's all those nooks and crannies in a jacket pattern, and
Oh, it's hard
it's really
to.
easy to mistake a line because it's a multi-size pattern. So when you trace it off, it's
Mhm.
really easy to make a mistake. I've done that many times before.
Okay, what's another one?
This Berta style. This is like a real blazer.
Yeah, if you
Like I
want
would do
that.
this one. I don't like the funky sleeves. But then again, I gotta fit it. And that's,
Oh, you don't like the funky sleeves?
I hate funky sleeves.
Oh, no wonder I don't get here much because I love the funky sleeves. Okay.
How do you
Why
cook with funky sleeves?
I don't cook with, I don't cook.
But
You don't
who
cook.
wears it? But who wears a
That's the
jacket?
answer
to
to you.
cook?
I don't cook.
It cooks in a jacket.
Okay, this is a jacket, but like the funky sleeve blouse, like what do you do with your funky sleeves when you have to cook?
No, true. If you go to, because I had to watch that when I was at work, if it was a
No,
blouse,
Doreen
it had
doesn't
to be
cook.
funky, but it had to close in, it had to come in. Some kind
Yeah.
of cuffing, so yeah, that,
But I really like the shape of this. Like I know
Okay.
it would, I know it would be a flattering shape for me,
okay,
but that's a lot of work.
okay, so what else?
Then
You
I got this one, which I have made many times before. It's kind of a shirt jacket.
The jacket.
Yeah, So-
I could do it without the back pleat, so because like that's not really necessary on a jacket.
well, it would be kind of plain then.
Well, I do the belt and everything. Like I'll put some trim detail on it.
Okay, all right.
That's a maybe. And then there's this really long one
Okay.
Okay, I kind of
I
like
like
that
that.
one.
that
Yeah.
it's it's like
I
It's
don't know, I
got
like that one.
4 pieces on the back, so it's got a lot of places to fit it. Of course, I
Okay.
wouldn't make it as long as that because I'm not
No.
tall enough to like do that. I have to have it come up a little bit higher, or else I
Okay.
look like I'm wearing a bathrobe when I go out in
See, when you
public.
look at what they've got, the one that you got your finger on right there, she's got, on the screen, I'm cutting it off a little bit with the finger. It looks good with even what she's got on right there. I like that. I
Mhm.
like what the other one, the shift dress, whatever this thing is that she's got over, that she's also wearing. See now it looks, the dress, the gray dress that she's got, the model's got on, I love that. I hate it. I think it's icky in that top. It's just
Mhm.
because of the color. I don't like it. But when you get the girl with she looks just great. She looks ready for fall. I love it.
Well, and
So-
if I were 30 years old and wore a
Yeah.
size 8 and was 5'8", I'd look great in that too.
Well, but no, you don't have to be size 8.
I have to
You don't have to
really,
be
I would
30
have to really
either.
work with the proportions to get it to work. I can't go that long. Can't go that long.
Well, I'll just have to take your word for it. I don't quite believe you, but you're the one doing it.
Now, like you know what fits your figure and what looks good
Yeah.
on your figure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've got a
So
couple
I just
of
need to make a
patterns.
decision, and then of course you got to find the fabric in the stash that I have enough of. Because some of
Yeah.
these are almost 3 yards.
That's the thing that I was saying, I didn't know what I wanted to make. Well, I was downstairs going through the bolts and I remembered this guy, I want to make a jumper that I will wear all the time. I've got this on the bolt, but I just love this fabric.
Hmm.
I got it already. It's a nice knit. It's ready for fall. It will be, I just have to make sure I get good old Joann's. But I've got 2 3/4. So I'm hoping out of 60-inch, it's 58-inch wide, so I probably have enough. I mean, I'll just shorten up either the sleeve or make it a capri, shorten up the bottom. But I really, right now, when it's getting to be this weather, the longer in both the arm and the leg is almost a good thing. So we'll have to see. But yeah, so I've got things to work on for myself. But yeah, you know what you gotta do, Dara, is just kind of take the patterns and just, without looking at which one, just take one out without knowing and just say, doing it.
This if all things being equal, this would be my first choice.
And that is gonna be just for a indoor jacket, just to, not an
Just
outdoor
for
one.
like,
That's your
you know,
cooking
it'll look good
jacket
at Walmart. It'll be fine.
at Walmart.
What?
I'm not gonna make it out of wool. I'm gonna make it out of, a stable knit maybe. Maybe make it out of Ponte or
Put it up again.
Which one is that? The Berta? Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
that would be would it be an outdoor thing or just like a jacket to put on a top, just a jacket to put on?
it's not a coat. It would
Yeah.
be,
Yeah.
for like a layer when it
Okay.
cools off.
Yeah, all right. then you don't have, doesn't have to be any big,
Right.
you might, I think you like that one. I think you're on for that one, girl.
If I can get it fitted right, if it comes out right.
What would be the fitting problem?
Well, I mean, you've got to get sorry, I'm stepping over a dog to get up to the computer. The dog has decided to lay right where I'm standing.
Okay,
But,
that's a
you know, I've got to
problem.
get the waist to hit at the waist. So for me, I've got to shorten it a little bit. And then that changes the
Oh,
angle
okay.
of all of those pieces on the
how
jacket.
tall are you? Are you shorter?
I'm almost 5'4".
Okay, you're just a hair shorter than me then. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I would be doing the same thing. I have to usually shorten it in the middle there. Yeah.
Right. And then well, this is a Berta, so I probably,
Yeah.
their sizing's a little bit smaller.
Yep. Your sizing is
So
different.
I probably make a 14 or a 16 for the bottom part,
area,
but
the
then
hip.
grade to a 12 up here. And
Yep.
then it's just all those angles, getting them right. Getting them right
That
as
is,
you,
yeah, it's getting that angle. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
I know exactly. But I think that's it for you because you're gonna have to do that with almost any of them.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna look better if it fits.
So I think that's it. Or
All
not.
right. That's a
Got it?
plan.
Done.
I'm good.
Well, somebody's
I'll
gotta
put
say
these other
go.
patterns back in the case.
Okay. All right, you're done. Ready to rock. Done. Please don't make me feel bad and have it done tomorrow.
Oh, no, no. No. I have to go to the grocery store still today. I got a whole bunch of stuff to do.
I was going, oh my God, just watch I'll have it done tomorrow and I'll be like putting the pieces on the pattern.
I still gotta
So-
fit, I still gotta make this waistband work on these pants because I already cut the 2-piece waistband that was there. So anyway,
I didn't
and I have no
understand
more
what the
fabric.
heck you were talking about with that. To
Oh,
someone.
I just changed the waistband. You know, it's just a, wait a minute. Get this damn dog to take a nap somewhere
Get a
else.
dog out of there.
It's just an elastic waist with no fly at the front. So I added a center front fly.
Oh.
So now I have to adjust the waistband and
Oh.
literally I have no fabric left. So I have some scraps that I can cut up to make the bits of the end of the waistband.
Okay, I gotcha. Step over the dog. Back and forth, back and forth.
Well,
Okay,
he's quiet, so.
he's quiet now. Yeah, he hasn't.
Wait,
Yes.
if I accidentally step on her, she will not be
Then
quiet.
it's gonna be holy heck. I love dogs. My girlfriend that I went to up north, they've got 2 golden retrievers in a house.
Mm.
Two, and it's not a huge house. I'm literally everywhere. Anytime I walk right in the freaking hallway, and they're laying there like, what?
Their
Anyway,
house.
I guess their house.
Right, right, that's right.
Oh, Jean, did you make that top that you have on? That
Oh,
you're wearing,
no.
the blue one? No?
No. No, this is
No. Okay.
this is a Chico's
Ready to
from
wear.
Red Jill.
Well, okay, so I'm ready to put my fabric in the wash, I think is a better idea.
Yeah. I was hoping that we were going to see Jean's sewing room. You said you were going to move upstairs so we could see what you were working on.
Yeah, and I didn't. I'm going to do it next week when we should do show and tell for the jacket.
Uh-huh. Why don't you just let us see it the way it is right now? You can do that.
Actually, I'm on my laptop, so that would be probably harder. I'm coming up with excuses, you know. It might be harder to do it lugging the laptop to the sewing room. I'm just saying, you know.
Well, log in one time with your like I did that one time when I couldn't get online any other way except to go by my cell phone, and it worked out beautifully. Andrea was just loving it because it was so much clearer on my cell phone, and I could just literally show it here. Here's my room. Here.
Okay,
Much
so
easier.
you're saying I should just take my tablet and go upstairs and show it on the
You can. You can do that for next week. Just go upstairs and log in from upstairs.
right.
Okay. Okay,
I'm going to do it. I am going to be in my sewing room.
next time be in your sewing room. Mine looks like it's only clean when I put the stuff away from the stuff I'm working on. Then,
I mean, I'm talking to the choir here. Everybody's sewing room is
well, it is,
a sewing room.
What it
It
is.
is what it is, right?
yeah.
Right.
No, I put things away when I'm done with the project. And I better hurry up because otherwise it won't get done. That's the way it is. So, okay,
See you
All right.
tomorrow.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.